Greetings and salutations, everybody. I'm XLJ, the OG, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. B-Roll. And as you all know, Impact Wrestling's No Surrender event is a mere few days away. And this is a mega card. It is a loaded card. And it's this Friday. Starts at 7 p.m. You can catch it on Impact Plus as well as on Fight TV. And getting hyped and getting ready for this event, Mr. B-Roll and I are so very privileged and so very honored to be interviewing one of the fastest rising stars, not only in all of Impact Wrestling, but in all of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jai Vidal. How are
Hello.
you, Jay?
Oh, I am doing amazing. Life is good. I can't complain at all. How are you guys doing?
We are doing amazing, my friend. Absolutely amazing on this fine Tuesday that we're doing this. So, wanted to start off. So, as we're taking a look here at No Surrender coming up this Friday in Vegas, in some ways for you, Jay, do you feel like things have come full circle for you? As this is the same venue where you made your Impact debut. And now that you're coming back, you're officially signed with Impact. How does that feel for you?
Man, it feels amazing. I apologize. We got the beautiful housekeeping ladies behind me over here, taking good
I,
care of us as always, as they
that's
always
good. I
do, as
just
they
hope you're
should.
getting them
It's Jay
towels.
Vidal, right?
Yeah.
No, it really has come full circle for me. I honestly love this venue so much. I was able to get my start with Impact Wrestling at Sam's Town, and just to be over here now, the last time that I was over here, I wasn't signed. It was like I came here, Impact gave me the opportunity to work with Giselle Shaw, and it was afterwards that they, sent me the contract, pen was put to paper, and you skip forward now, 2023, Jai Vidal is signed and making his return to Sam's Town as his Impact for No Surrender, No Surrender Fallout this weekend. I'm just grateful. I do think it came full circle. It's really awesome to see and to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just one of those things, time can just, it can move so quickly. And it's just one of those things. So speaking of, so you're, recently signed to Impact, and wanted to, ask you, how important is it to you knowing that you're signed with Impact, and you've kind of made a little bit of history here. You're a little bit of a pioneer. You're actually the first openly gay wrestler signed with Impact. Like how does that feel?
Um, I don't think that it hit me right away when I was told that I was the first openly gay male wrestler signed with Impact. It I was told it over the phone, like, hey, I think you're the first openly gay male wrestler signed with Impact by our head of media relations. I was like, oh, that's cool, hang up. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, wait, no, that's not just cool. It's groundbreaking, right? Like, I'm over here knocking down barriers and opening doors that would otherwise not be open. So to know that I will always forever be in the books in Impact Wrestling as the first openly gay male wrestler to sign with Impact, it's amazing, and it's fulfilling to myself as a gay man in professional wrestling. It's what I've always wanted to do, is to break down those barriers and to be able to open doors. So it's awesome.
It really is, and it's. I feel like with professional wrestling too, it's really in a good space, especially when you look, so many years ago, back in the olden days, back in the territory days of just of how that would be perceived, and to where it's at now is in a healthy spot, which is really great to see. And having pioneers like you lead by example is just awesome, and kudos to you.
Yeah, 1,000%. I agree. I think that we're making strides now, right? It's not like it used to be. It's not looked at like it used to be looked at. And now, even with the older guys who were from the territory days, you know, they just want to make sure that you're a good person, that you're healthy to the locker room, and that you're doing your part in that company, in this case, an Impact, to help build the company, because that's what we're all here for. We're all here to help the company succeed so that we could succeed in the process. So I think it's awesome.
Absolutely. And I mean, this no surrender effect coming up. I mean, this is a loaded show. I mean, I'm just blown away just looking and going through the card. And it's like, and speaking of no surrender, we got to ask you, what can we expect from your client, Giselle Shaw, as she's preparing to go to war with a former Knockouts champion, Diana Perazzo? And if, in fact, she can pull off the W, doesn't this realistically put her in as the number one contender for the Knockouts championship?
1,000%. I think so. I mean, Giselle Shaw being Knockouts champion, it goes together so well. So I can't tell you what we have up our sleeve, right? Because there could be a certain virtuoso listening. However, I just want to let her know that if she thinks that we're going to let it slide that she threw chili on us, not once, but twice, and ruined 2 outfits, no, that's not going to happen.
Highly
Giselle
inappropriate.
Shaw is more than mentally and physically prepared for no surrender, and she's more than mentally and physically prepared for Diana Perazzo. And to go back to that earlier statement, once she beats Diana Perazzo, yes, this does put her in contendership for the Knockouts championship.
Yes, you gotta love it. So, I mean, so speaking of, Giselle Shaw, and pull the curtain back just a little bit. So the first time I saw her was we were at actually lucky enough to be at Impact Under Siege live, and I mean, as soon as she came out, it was just like instant it factor, right?
Money signs everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, but so speaking of Giselle, I got to ask you though, do you think it's a little bit hazardous being working so closely with her? She's even dubbed herself the Black Widow of Impact Wrestling and breaking up these tag teams. Do you, in the back of your mind, do you worry about her eventually maybe turning on you?
Never, actually. It's funny. The reason why she calls herself the Black Widow is because everybody calls her the Black Widow. So she's just taking in what everybody's throwing at her, right? If you want to paint her to be a villain, then she's got to be a villain, right? Like they painted me out to be the bad guy, so I'm the bad, right? Like it goes back to like, so Tony Montana type stuff. So if that's what you painted her as, that's what she's going to be. That is her mentality going into this. But realistically, Giselle Shaw and I have had no issues at all. So I don't think Giselle Shaw is the issue. I think everybody else around Giselle Shaw is the issue. If those teams were so strong, then she should not have been able to break them up.
It's a very valid point. I can't argue with you there. So one thing I love about you two is your entrance. The entrance is phenomenal. I have to ask, what is the key to like a good slow-mo type walk like entrance?
I think the key is being us, and that's why not everybody's able to do it. When we go in, heads turn and everything just goes in slow motion. It's an energy that you got to carry. It's confidence. It's a strut. It's a walk. And we just are able to do it. It's second nature to Giselle Shaw and I. So I that's the secret. And if you're able to apply it, then you're able to do it. And if you're not able to apply it, then it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think my TikTok game is it's okay. I don't know that I could pull off the slow mo walk though. I don't know if people would want to see that. But I wanted to ask you. So taking a look back, what was it like, being trained by, such a legend like Gangrel?
It's amazing, honestly. Here's somebody who I used to watch on TV growing up, and now I get the honor and privilege to say that this man trained me. And not only that, but he's not somebody who will just train you and, you know, forget about you down the line. I still keep in constant contact with him. Like, we talk on the phone at the very least once or twice a month, at the very least. I've gone to his wedding. You know, he is like a father figure to me in professional wrestling. And that is like the highest level of praise and compliment that I could give him. I would not be where I am in this business without him. He's truly amazing inside the ring and out.
Well, I think you're definitely doing him proud. That's for sure. And, you know, speaking of legends, I got to ask you, Jay, what is it like being in that Impact locker room with legends like Tommy Dreamer available just so you can, like, you know, pick their wrestling brain?
It's it's awesome. It's what I wanted ever since I was a kid, right? To be able to share a locker room with these guys, and you know, these are my coworkers now. It's pretty cool. I think, you know, 9-year-old me would be proud. And these guys are always so willing to share whatever wrestling knowledge that they have. I've seen these guys such as Alex Shelley, for example, be in the ring beforehand, you know, giving newer guys moves to do and going over it with them ad nauseum. It's a pretty awesome environment. Like I said, we all just want to see this company succeed. So we're all doing our part. And the legends that are back there, you know, the Rhinos, Gail Kim's, Mickey James, you know, they are dropping every bit of knowledge that they have so that we have it, so that, you know, we don't got to go through what they went through and, you know, pass over those bumps way easier.
Yeah, I mean, very, very well said. I mean, it is just crazy to look at just all of the legends um, that are back there. So, you know, as we get ready to wrap this up, though, one thing we have to, you know, make sure to ask you is, so we mentioned earlier about things coming full circle um, for you. So taking a look into like the crystal ball, maybe taking a look into the future, you know, what is next for Jay Vidal? Is there a particular title you have in mind? Is there a dream opponent you have within Impact Wrestling, or maybe both? What is your goal? What is next for Jay Vidal?
First and foremost, for the foreseeable future, like the closest thing that's next is to be by Giselle's side, as she will inevitably win the Knockouts World Championship. That is the closest thing right there. But now if we're looking into that crystal ball and we're looking, you know, a little further in, I see Jay Vidal holding the X Division Championship, being, you know, that first openly gay male wrestler to win the X Division Championship. I want to do it not just for the community, yeah, but also for myself, because I grew up watching Impact Wrestling, and the thing that drew me to Impact initially was the X Division. You know, you see these guys who remind me of myself in that, whoa, like they're my size, and they're going out there and they're having match of the night. That is what initially drew me to Impact. And to be able to stamp my name more in the history books of Impact Wrestling, like, that's definitely a goal for me, is to win the X Division Championship down the line.
And I totally, that X Division title has just got your name written on it. Like, it is like you and that X Division title is going to be like peanut butter and jelly. Like, it is just meant to be.
Exactly. Like, you know, I see us going out together. I see us having dinner together, me and the title, I mean. I see us, you know, going to the club, sleeping together. Like, it's bound to happen.
It's a match made in heaven.
Match made in heaven.
I mean, it sounds to me like, you know, Trey Miguel, if he can survive Crazy Steve, he better watch out.
We'll be looking out for his back.
Exactly. But he does got to watch out for Crazy Steve because
he's crazy.
He'd be crazy.
Little loco. Well, Jay, we thank you so much for joining us today, and we really appreciate your time. And in closing, where can people find you? Like, I know your social media game is just mad, so we gotta prop that, right?
Yes, you could find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Jai Vidal, the Jai Vidal. So you could find me on either Instagram or Twitter. You know, shoot me a DM. I might respond, I might not, but hey, you know what? It's worth a shot, right? But please do give a follow and just, support. I am very excited for this weekend for No Surrender and No Surrender Fallout over here in Las Vegas. And Deonna Purrazzo just better be ready because Giselle Shaw is coming full force this weekend.
There you have it, folks. Well, tune in this Friday for No Surrender, which you can catch it on Impact Plus as well as Fight TV. Jai Vidal, thank you again. It was a true honor and pleasure to have you on with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a great one.
You too.